You're watching Cars.tv.
Welcome to SEMA here at the K&N booth. My name is Jason Fields, and this is our Hot Rod Brothers build 1935 Factory 5 hot rod truck. So basically, we started off, my company is based on basically Fords. That's what we do well, and that's what we stick with. So this started life as a Coyote, Gen 3 block, Gen 2 heads, Garrett sequential 68 millimeter turbos. So we put over 1,000 of the tires with very little boost, very little effort. But being a show truck, we didn't need to push the limits. So, because go from coffee shop to the car show to the trailer, you don't really need 1,000 horsepower for that. But it's more of a showpiece to show our talents, and some of our great partners will manufacture intakes and things like that, and transmissions that we can show off their stuff. So we tried to partner up with a couple companies. BC Forge Wheels really gave us a good hookup on some wheels for this. 6XD transmission gave us a sequential gearbox for in there. So we got a lot of guys that was willing to kind of help and saw the vision once we told them what we're building, and said, man, we want to be a part of that because it ought to be something special. Well, the feeling once you get to the end of the build is probably to see what sleep feels like again in kind of extra time, because the reality is, the last 2 or 3 months of this is a lot of late nights, a lot of busted knuckles. We're just proud to kind of have this and this older truck, but we want a lot of creature features. So it's got air-conditioned heated seats, wireless charger, 360 cameras, the hydraulic ride. So it's not only just a cool engine and all that, we've got a lot of tech in it that I think brings it, that a lot of the young people want. I mean, I'm not an old guy by no means, but I like the creature features. Carburetor's a thing of the past, and kind of wanted to build a 2020 supercar type vehicle, but just an older body. That was kind of a little bit of the funneling vision as the final product we came up with. It's a great honor. I've been in the automotive business for like 22 years, and my son's been around that all the time. So earlier on, think he's going to follow in your footsteps, then, well, Dad does that, let's do something else. Then once he got out of high school and we started building a couple cool cars, he just kind of fell in love with it. And so it's just kind of a cool dream come true to, to get up every morning and work with your son every day and be able to teach him. And, just when you've got good kids and they've got a good vision, I mean, who knows? I mean, we may be having this interview in 15 years and, we're a Foose or a Ken Diggett type of place. That's obviously, the big picture, but it's definitely an honor. I mean, it has its challenges, day to day, a little bit of button heads. Well, this needs to go there. Well, no, I think it goes better over here. Buddy, I'm 50 years old, you're 20, so, I've seen a few things. But to be honest with you, to have another fresh set of eyes to look at something when, you're set in your ways. But he says, this, and I'm kind of thinking, well, my gut tells me I want to go my way, but, your way is actually better. So that compromise and that, relationship has helped us guys to grow closer together doing that day to day.
My name is Jordan Fields, and I'm a car builder for Hot Rod Brothers Customs, and we're at the SEMA Show in Las Vegas. Me and my dad first built our first Cobra in 2012 and finished in, I think, 2018. Kind of drove it around for a couple months, high school, stuff like that. And in 2019, we had a barn fire at our house. So we lost that and about 7 other cars. So after we rebuilt the barn, me and my dad kind of decided we wanted to redo it again, better than last time. So that's kind of where the idea came from. So my dad, before I was born, he was a drag racer. He did a lot of drag racing. So that's kind of where the exhaust comes from, the zoomies, the 4 pipes, and the airbrush to paint work. The guy who actually did it did the artwork on my dad's race car. So he contacted him when we built this car to do something kind of over the top for the car to give it that special element that you don't usually see. That's where most of the stuff came from. And then my dad likes modern technology, so he kind of incorporated the new technology in that older car to kind of give it that wow factor. The interior was done by a guy in Marietta. It's called the Cobra X for Extreme. So we kind of incorporated the red X's in the seats and the red stitching, stuff like that. Same with kind of the engine. It's supercharged, so it's extra power, so it's something you usually don't see, kind of something extreme. And it's got 2 screens in the dash, kind of like that modern touch. It was kind of bittersweet because it's been that tragedy that we lost the other one, and kind of seeing this new one finished and completed. We really didn't want to drive it too much for the SEMA Show because worried about rock chips and scratches and stuff like that. But after seeing, we got to enjoy it some more and kind of take that whole thing in. It's different than anything else because they're so light And especially when you add this much power, the tires just don't really want to stick unless you got some sticky tires. So it's kind of like basically a street legal go-kart. It's kind of what I call it. It's kind of hard to explain just because there's nothing to kind of compare it to. It's kind of cool. I mean, I know not a lot of people can say they work with their dad. I mean, sometimes we get on each other's nerves, but it's pretty cool to see him every day and get to work with him.